Okay, in this video, I wanted to discuss wheels in relationship to the trike that I've been showing lately in my YouTube videos. This is a large-scale project, and so I've been after a certain look with this particular Microlight. After searching high and low for some of the wheels that I wanted to employ on this model, I found two that fit the bill. And those wheels are the aluminum ones that you see here. This is a large wheel, and this would be more for a customized in-scale ultralight. If you like the traditional ultralight look, with a full body. I'm going to ask that you don't look too much at this body here, because this is a more freestyle body that I did as a mock-up to go along with these wheels, and I'll talk about these wheels in a minute here. But I wanted to first point out that this model it's a scale model. Initially, I had smaller aluminum wheels, very similar to these, in fact the same style, but just smaller, and it wasn't quite cutting it for me. And so I got a hold of these larger ones, and that's what you're seeing here. These are the larger wheels, aluminum wheels, and this is for, like I said, a more scale project. If you're looking to make this model from me on Microlight in a more traditional ultralight way. And by that I mean, if you look at some of the ultralights, the real ultralights, they have full body and they have wheels, which most of them have aluminum mags or aluminum rims on them. So if you're looking for that type of look, these are the wheels that I selected for that. Now, I like options. I like all kinds of models, not just the more traditional stuff, but I like to play around with different options and different items that are available to the modeler. And so this is why I selected these other wheels. Now, these are truck wheels. These are monster truck wheels. I think these are 1/10 scale that you can purchase anywhere online, and that's exactly what I did. Is I went and I purchased these wheels, looking at the diameter to make sure that is the size that I wanted to make this more of a monster trike like or monster truck like style. And so let me take these out and pop those there so that you can see what this looks like with those wheels. Now that part that fell is actually the axle. It's a sprung wound axle that sits more vertical in line with the trike, and that's something that I'm going to install with the more in-scale wheels. So that's part of that. This axle over here is a little more again freestyle and more almost like a low rider type of axle for the front wheel. It is steerable. You can steer this, and it's a little bit different because it extends the wheel to the front. Now, you never land with these things in the front wheel. You always land with the rear wheels first, and then the front wheel comes down next. So as far as the front axle, you can have pretty much any axle. You can have the traditional axle, so you can have on an angle. You can really extend that all the way out like a low rider bike, or employ on even some land yachts. And that's exactly the idea of this, is just to do that, because I also do land yachts, and I have employed this particular steering mechanism or steering axle type on many of the land yachts that I designed. So that's where that came from. But like I said, it could be either way. It's not a final thing. It's not something that it must be done that way. We have those options, to interchange these things and make it look the way we want to. And this is where customization comes into play. And I like to give those options to my customers. So that is the monster truck look, with these wheels. Now, before I got a hold of these wheels, I was looking, like I said, high and low for these things, and many times I can't find exactly what I want. Now, what I wanted was this particular wheel for a fun type aircraft. We have 3 versions here. We have the more traditional in-scale like look, with the aluminum wheels that you see here. Then you have the monster truck like appearance, with these truck wheels. And then you have the more fun, almost like a Tundra wheel is employed on some of these aircrafts. This is more for fun, and it really takes this model, you know, to a really fun level here. And you know, it's very unique the way I did this, and it's unique because there are no wheels like this on the market. You know, these are the type of wheels you can find for trucks, you can find for airplanes, you can find these. There are this size wheels for airplanes as well, and even larger ones, but nothing with these details. This is a specific plate that I created for MIA Microflight. In fact, these wheels started as a lanyard wheel that I produced with my lanyards, and what I did here, just to beef it up, is I doubled up on the thickness here to make them wider. And this really looks really cool from the front and from the side. Or any angle, you know, when you look at this. I like I said, options, and I like different looks to give my customers that, because no two customers of mine has the same taste. And some customers like, you know, the really off-road like look, and some other customers like the more in scale. The body is my own design. It's kind of, I've done very similar bodies, you know, for the auto gyros that you've probably seen that I sell on my website as well. For airplanes, I mean, I've done the same thing, and this is just a mock-up what you're seeing here. I eventually want to mold the full canopy and the full cover for the motor. This is employing a brushless motor at the moment. You can see the brushless motor right behind it, and this is just simply a cover. The ESC is going to be installed right here, and the cover sits right there. As far as if you're concerned about covering the ESC, you have airflow right through the sides here and underneath here, so there's no risk of the ESC getting hot. And besides, the ESC is quite a bit beefier, you know, for this particular motor that I'm going to be installing, so there's no risk of overheating there at all. These panels right here are done so that I could access the electronics. As you can see, the receiver is still floating here because I need to connect this, and I need to connect some additional circuitry here for the pilot movement. So that's why this is open here, and I made it this way so that I can access easily via these flaps. And all you have to do is just fold that, and you can access that. You can fold it back, and it stays in place during flight. The pilot's still the old pilot. I haven't had a chance to redo the flight suit. So anyway, you know, those are the three options that I have currently with this particular model, and it's basically just to provide those options to my customers. Anyway, this is Mario once again with MIA Microflight. Stay tuned for more.